Hello and welcome to this instalment of Talking Trim. I'm Jonathon Skinner and today we are looking at the interior trim panel kit for the Austin Healey 104. Now strictly speaking, this is applicable to the BN1 104 model, but the only difference between this and the BN2 is the lack of stitch line around the main door panel opening. Apart from that, they're identical parts, so you can very much see this as a video for a BN2 104 if you happen to have one of those as well. Of course, do see our other videos based solely on the BN2s, which will demonstrate the stitch line around the door opening. Of course, be sure to check out the applicable links that I might mention in the description below for where to get these products and useful information on our website. Right, let's dive in. Now what we've got here is a trim panel kit. Trim panel kit is all the main cockpit cabin panels that we sell as a kit, and if you buy it as a kit it works out cheaper than buying all of those said panels individually, but of course we do sell them individually as well. And like with the majority of the parts that we sell, when I say individually I mean as a car set. So for example, the footwell A-post panels are sold as a pair, i.e. enough to trim one car out. It does work out cheaper to buy it as a trim panel kit, so just bear that in mind, and obviously all of the materials will match if you do it that way as well. It's worth noting as well, I've included doubled parts on a couple of bits just to show and demonstrate differences that were made originally that we can offer if you want versus what we standardly offer, so I'll detail those as we go along. Right, let's start at the very front. So we'll start with the underdash parcel tray. The underdash parcel tray was mounted on the passenger side underneath the dash, and it was a tray with a metal surround that obviously we retrim in vinyl. We can also offer all of the vinyl items that will be in this video in leather, either grain, smooth or Vomel, so see our website for more details on that or talk to us directly, but this kit has been done to OEM specs, so it's in vinyl. So the underdash parcel tray retrim kit includes this sewn piece of vinyl, which obviously is turned inside out and trims the metal tray, and then a piece of carpet. Now the carpet originally was on the majority of the cars was Carvel. We can offer nylon, Carvel or wool. Both of these examples are wool. We've actually got a maroon wool as the customer has requested maroon carpets for the car, so we're tying that all in. This one here is dark blue. You'll notice that one is edged, one is not. Originally the carpets on the underdashes weren't edged, and that's what this customer's asked for. However, as standard we do tend to edge our carpets unless expressly told not to. We use level cloth for the edging, which is akin to what was used originally in manufacturing of this era. We do not use vinyl, which is a cheap way of doing edging and not particularly applicable. Please do refer to our handbook article about the difference between vinyl and leather cloth for edging of carpets. But yeah, so that's the kit. It's a two-piece kit. Obviously I've just demonstrated with an extra piece of dark blue there. Now we've got the A-post footwell panels, or the kick panels. So they're down in the footwell area of the car in front of the door panels. Now we've got two versions here as well. We've got the red and we've got the blue. The reason I've done that is because on the blue one you'll see that the fur flex has been extended, which was original for a lot of the cars. The extension of the fur flex carried on up past the side of the dash area was very visible when you open the door basically. Standardly though, we just do it to the length of the panel and finish it off very neatly on the corners. However, this customer over in the Netherlands has expressly asked us to extend it, so we have done. The kick panels themselves are cut on our in-house CNC machine out of 2.55mm hardboard. Again, refer to our blog handbook post about the thickness of our hardboard. We get it expressly made for automotive and marine purposes of that thickness to make it very suitable for classic car restorations, especially on the door panels, but all of the panels mainly. Has a good bit of flexibility whilst keeping its core strength, so just bear that in mind. It's all these little details that make us the best at what we do. It's worth noting as well on the A-post panels, not that it's demonstrated in this video, but there were two versions. The very early cars, the BN1s, were taller in this section here and went up alongside the dash mounting bracket. I believe it's all related to the position of the wiper motor element of the car. Whereas on the sort of midway through or toward the ends of the BN1 era, they introduced these shorter versions, and thus all BN2s were fitted with these short versions. Again, as standard, we supply the shorter BN2 versions. They both, once fitted in the car, really don't make a difference unless you plan on curling up into the footwell area and having a good old look. But we can supply the longer versions, or rather taller versions, if you prefer, so just bear that in mind. Just to give a bit of a view on what we've been talking about here. So, actually, I say that, I'm not sure that, oh yes, there we are. So, parcel tray on the passenger side there, you can just see the corner of it there. It was bigger than on the later cars, the 106s. It went a bit narrower on the metal, hence the excess of vinyl on the surrounds there. So you've got the parcel tray there, and then the A-post footwells are down in this area here, and there you are. You can see the extended fur flex going up the edge there, which is what that version is there. I don't think there's any better images of the A-posts. So yeah, that's those pieces. Now, let's move on to the doors. Now, the doors have several sections to them. You've got the door tops, you've got the main door panels, then you've got the door pocket liners, as we like to refer to them, and you've got the door pulls. So I'm going to work through this sequentially. Let's start with the door tops. Door tops are just material for recovering to the top of the panel in the car. Let's see if they tuck kind of underneath there. I'm not sure there's much of a better view. They're actually shared with the later 106s and some of the 3000s. So let's just see. Yeah, there we are, perfect. So it's that section underneath there, that's trimmed. So it's kind of up like that. So you get a pair of those. Again, just vinyl as standard, but we can do in leather if you prefer. And we do have an in-house leather skiving machine which thins down leather and makes it very pliable and applicable to certain areas of the car where leather would otherwise be too thick, so just bear that in mind. So you get a pair of those. I'll move just slightly further back here. Now we'll look at the door pull sleeves. So on the 104s, you had a door pull on the inside of the door opening, which was used to kind of release the door open. Not sure there's any, you can just about see it there in that image there. But these are sleeves. It had a cord that went through the middle of it. So these are sewn sleeves, top stitched, for putting the cord, surrounding the cord with. So you get a pair of those. Looking at the main door panels, so the outer door panels, the main parts that you see, you get a pair of these. Now, as I mentioned earlier, referenced earlier, 104 BN1s were like this. They were plain. They did not have a stitch line around it, whereas the BN2s had a stitch line going around the outside perimeter of the hole there. Do see our video, which I'll link in the description below, for the BN2 doors, because the way we sew them is very detailed and goes through the actual hardboard. We use a heavy-duty 1940s Singer sewing machine to go through the hardboard, so it actually gives you proper definition going around those door panels. A lot of other suppliers out there take a bit of a cheap shortcut and they sew the vinyl first, then they trim it, which means basically the stitch line is floating and doesn't look very good, no definition to it, and moves all over the place. So just bear that in mind. Again, it's those little details. Again, hardboard, in-house CNC machine, 2.55mm, so very specific. Like I say, suitable for automotive and marine, so it's got that element of water resistance. It's very good, much better than using plywood, even marine ply, because it has that extra bit of flexibility while retaining its core strength, which makes it really, really useful for classic cars of this era. Now, it's a bit of a unique design, the BN1s, BN2s. It had this material on the back lining of the kind of pocket opening. We use moquette. Moquette is a very high quality wool based material, akin to the carpet wool automotive used of this era. Originally, I think it was a much cheaper kind of velourish style material, suede material. We always default to moquette. It's so much nicer in this regard, and it ties everything in. It ties in the carpets, it ties in the fur flex edging, on there, so we do recommend you just go with moquette, which is a premium material. The way we trim these as well is rather unique. It all gets stitched prior to trimming, so it gets a lovely seamless finish going around there. It's effectively sewn together, then trimmed round. Pretty tricky doors to trim these. We do a lovely job on them. So yeah, again, just those extra details that we go to. Then it gets Furflex on the front and back edges to tie in exactly colour wise with it all there. It's obviously got the cutaways there for the release on the doors, etc. Again, have I got an image? There we are, perfect. So yeah, for obviously the locking mechanism, and then the release section there. Or is that for the, that might be actually for the side screens. Yeah, so let's have a look. Yeah, no, it's outside, yeah. Door release, sorry. It's reading as I go along. Yep, so that's the door panels there. Then you've got the door pocket or liner panels, which consist of 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get basically loose, oversized material for the main section of the liner, and then you get a trimmed millboard panel for the top section, which is held in place by those chrome screws. Again, if I just reference in this book here, we're talking about this section here. That's the trimmed part, and then that's the material that goes directly onto the bodywork of the car there. So that's those pieces there. Then finally, we have the B-post quarter panels. Sit directly behind the door. Again, they are trimmed in hardboard. They've got the relevant pilot holes for the fixings, etc. Then this is for the hood frame brackets, I believe. Trimmed all the way around, apart from on the top, which was done by design, so that when you're trimming it into the car, you can tuck it round and create a nice seamless finish there. Let's see, I'm sure I saw an image. Yeah, there we go. So we're talking about that panel there. Okay, I think that's it. Bear in mind, anything further back than those B-post quarter panels is all included as part of our rear deck and spare wheel cover kit, so bear that in mind. You've got things like the wheel arch covers that go there, and then everything behind, which is that kind of armour core material, and obviously the vinyl spare wheel cover. That's all sold separately as a rear deck and spare wheel kit, so just bear that in mind and see our website for more details on that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Obviously make any comments below, and do be sure to check out the description, as there'll be lots of information in there, as well as links to other videos and links to useful pages on our website. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.